So today I'm presenting from information from one of the webinars that I went to. When was that? Last week. Which was from TikTok, which seemed very interesting. Just like this new platform that they're rolling out. And so I know I have at least one client on TikTok right now, I think, but others are interested. And so I thought this could be something cool to go over just so that we all are aware of it once it kind of rolls out. So the new creative platform that they have that is going to be replacing what they already use. It's called TikTok One. And so essentially they started out the webinar kind of talking about why creative matters. So essentially why is this platform, why are they doing it and how is it going to help creators and brands with ads on TikTok. So just some high level stuff they presented about why does creative matter on TikTok. So they said 50% of a campaign's success is attributed to creative. 40% of brand sales lift is brought in by creative. And then over 1x purchase intent is driven by TikTok first creatives compared to repurposed ones. So just kind of going off of that last one, we just really want to make sure TikTok creatives have just kind of a general organic feel, just for that seamless experience on the For You page. And so it's important that when we run ads that if we're not using Spark ads, so if we're not repurposing organic content, we want to make sure that the content we're using looks organic in that sense. I know at least when I see ads, if I can tell it's an ad on TikTok right away, I'll scroll. But recently I've started experiencing I think it's an actual TikTok video and then I realize it's an ad. So really having that seamless transition can be helpful. And then also just a higher conversion rate and lower cost per acquisition is achieved through more quantity of creatives. So having a lot of not only creatives that are made for the platform, but the quantity of them is important as well, so that we're not always using the same ones. It's important to really transition them through. If it's not working, switch it out, and that kind of situation there. And then really quick too, just some more numbers that I wanted to share with you guys is quality creative builds just value on TikTok. So 1.4x videos are more rewatchable, 3.3 are more likely, people are more likely to engage with entertaining TikTok's ads rather than other entertaining ads on other platforms. And then also just 1.3x of them are more shareable.
One quick question actually. So is it a tool that we will use by ourselves? Because I think a couple of days ago I got an ad for TikTok One marketplace where you can hire some creator and they will create your creators.
Yeah, so that's essentially the kind of the gist of what TikTok One is, but you're not, as far as I learned from the webinar, you're not paying extra for it. I'll go through kind of how it works, but rather than us directly, if a brand wanted to reach out to someone to create a video for an ad, they wouldn't have to pay the creator to then do it. They can request it through TikTok One, and TikTok One will handle paying the creator.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
So just to kind of get into it. So basically I have some screenshots from the webinar too, because it was just easier to show it that way. So TikTok One is essentially a consolidation of the TikTok Creative Center, the TikTok Creator Marketplace, and the TikTok Creative Exchange. So that was kind of how they're showing it. It's kind of bundling a bunch of stuff that they already have into one platform. And so this is kind of just that really quick glance at what the ones that they already have are. So in TikTok One, you'll be able to have the Creative Center, the Marketplace, and the Exchange all in one platform. So that's kind of their big thing there. And then kind of the biggest call outs of the platform itself. Sorry, I have notes on one screen and this on the other. But so these are the basic things, kind of that first one, going off of kind of what Silpi, what you were saying. So it allows you to have free creative. So the creator costs are given by minimum ad spend, and TikTok handles all of the paying of the creators themselves. And so it's creator generated. So the content that is being created, the creators that they hire on the TikTok side are trained to create quality creative at scale for any client objective. Which is really cool there. We don't have to, us or clients wouldn't have to search for a creator. TikTok would match them up with us based on some other criteria that I'll get into in a second. Quick turnaround. So any of the videos that you receive, you can get them in as fast as 10 days at scale. So once the minimum ad spend is met, there's other additional creatives and things that can be unlocked. That's the thing too, it's based off of ad spend. So we're not paying extra for TikTok One. As we continue to put more into our monthly ad spend for clients using TikTok, we can unlock different tiers of the TikTok One platform. Easy to use, so no need for creator negotiations or contracts, which is also pretty great. And then it's also performance driven. So the better a creator's video performs, the more commission they make. So they're inclined to really make high quality video that they will think will perform well. And again, so just this top part, just, you know, it's free with minimum ad spend requirements within the TikTok Ads Manager campaign. And I don't remember if I have it mentioned later, so I wanted to call out too. One thing that they did say in the webinar is so related to us, like for agencies, we can kind of have like a brand center and we can have a different TikTok One section for each of our clients, which is nice to see too. We don't have to do it a whole bunch of times for every client who wants to utilize. And so this is kind of that spending thing. So the different tiers and what it kind of unlocks as we spend more and our ad spend is higher. So any minimum spend of $2,000 monthly on TikTok One. So that essential platform, the way that I understood it when they presented it is that 0 to 2,000 a month spend on TikTok. So basically kind of, I think where our clients utilizing TikTok are now, we would fall into this kind of essential plan. So creative deliveries up to 10 per week by request, auto creator matching, creative auto sync to the ads manager, and then Spark ads on business and creator accounts, which I'll get into a little bit more in a second. But then once you've surpassed the 2,000 monthly spend, you fall into this middle plan that's 2,000 to 10,000 monthly spend. So here you can request another creative. So that's essentially if you're matched up with a creator and they send you a video and you want it tweaked in any way, you have the option to request some changes that they can make. And then for the premium, which is between 10,000 and 50,000 a month, you can do, where's the local purchase challenges. So that's something that they didn't really go into too much, but creative deliveries up to 100. And then highest quality creator matching. Here it's just auto, but in these other two plans, it's going to be higher quality. And then too, you can keep the request another creative and the Spark ads. Let me just check my notes to make sure I got everything. Okay, perfect. So going into some of the more specifics on how to use it. So this is what TikTok mentioned as kind of the way that they ensure the creator quality. And so TikTok One monitors and auto removes any low quality creators on the platform, which is really great. So again, with the auto generated essential package, you're not going to get matched up with any low quality creators because they'll already have filtered those out before you can kind of start getting them. Advertisers, so like us ourselves, can report low quality creators. And so in that sense, we can kind of prevent them from participating in any future collaborations, which they keep calling challenges, which, like, I don't know, challenges doesn't really describe it. It's kind of like the partnership to make videos. So if we end up getting one ever, we can report it as them being low quality. And then also creators can only receive incentives after 14 days. And so it also kind of prevents any prolonged revision times and ensuring the quality creatives are sent kind of the first round or a second round if need be. So we wouldn't be waiting forever for any of this creative. And then some of the creator control aspects. So this is kind of like aspects that we can control by utilizing the platform. So we can set screening questions that creators need to fill out in order to participate in creating the ad content that we're looking for. And we can also have it where if we have the screening questions set, we can make it so that people can only be matched with us if they are answering the questions the way that we want them to. So it kind of feeds out anyone who is kind of similar, but wouldn't necessarily meet all of the requirements. We can also choose creator categories. So we can specify if we want the creator making the video to either have a certain percentage of follower gender. So it's like for a med spa, like if a majority of the creator has women followers, like that could be something we would utilize and maybe be interested in, as well as age limits. So I don't know if it would work out or when. But for Vela, for example, we wouldn't really want a creator making videos who has a wide range of audience. We kind of want them to be more towards like the 40+ audience that we look for on our other ads. And then again, brands can request additional creatives from creators whose videos we like to really get exactly what we would be looking for. And then some more stuff. So these are kind of the distribution options, which is essentially where the videos that they make can show up as ads. So they can be just general in-feed ads like the ones that we normally make are. We can also, I don't know if it's a tier specific thing, but we can also have it where they show on the creator's personal account, which I didn't realize what these were until like before. I noticed them before I went to this webinar. So now it makes sense. But like if I'm on a creator's profile and I'm watching a lot of their videos back to back, every like 3 videos or so, an ad will show up, even though I'm just watching videos from like their profile. So that would be that. We can have the ad show up on a creator's specific profile, as well as in the business account that we have ourselves. And then again, just want to check my notes really quick. Cool. So then the other thing I wanted to call out is that they mentioned like there can be an additional TikTok shop integration anchor on these ads that are creative. This is essentially like what it would be. I pulled this right off of my own For You page, so it's made for me. But like there was this book about gift ideas, and then you click this shop button, and then it opens up within, like right off the video, a link to the TikTok shop. So that can be added in to any videos as well for any e-commerce brands that we would have utilizing this service. And then this is just kind of like a high level feature list, comparing the TikTok Creator Center to the new TikTok One. I won't really go through the whole thing, but it's here in the deck if anyone ever wants to look, or if we're talking to clients about it. But it has like users can easily grant other users access in terms of permission management. We can screen creators before they apply to the campaign, kind of going off of those screening questions. Here's the TikTok shop anchors. Like these are all new things that the TikTok One platform has. That's it. Kind of super high level, but I thought it was really interesting. And it seems like they're really taking a lot of feedback they've gotten on their current platforms to combine them into one that's easier to use and has more kind of useful features that a lot of brands can benefit from.